the head cheerleader, and the captain of the football team. The It couple. But what happens after they break up and start competing against each other for homecoming king?
Best friends, to lovers, to enemies, to rivals, to friends, to possibly lovers again? If you're looking for a fun romance with a lot of depth, then I've got a great choice for you today. Hi, it's Miss Cody. I'm back again for another book chat. Today I'm going to tell you about May the Best Man Win by Z.R. Ellor. This book is about Jeremy, who is incredibly competitive and driven and intense, and basically measures his success more on how many wins he has than on how happy he is. Jeremy's ex-boyfriend Lucas is very similar. He is driven to get into the best college, to make a successful story out of his life, and to do that at all costs. In 8th grade, Jeremy and Lucas were best friends. They started dating. They fell in love with each other, and they basically banded together to become the most popular kids in school. They're both so driven that together they made it happen. Back then, Jeremy looked a little different because he was assigned female at birth. And it wasn't until his senior year of high school, that he decided to start living his life in the most authentic way and fully become Jeremy. So there have been some changes over the years. At the beginning of senior year, Lucas's brother died in a tragic car accident. And on the day of his brother's funeral, Jeremy dumped him. Lucas has never really understood why this happened. He understands that Jeremy was going through some changes at the time. He understands that things weren't going to be exactly the same, but he still doesn't really get why Jeremy dumped him, why Jeremy wouldn't really give him a chance. Jeremy is hurting because the way he sees it, Lucas rejected him. Lucas didn't understand who he really was, and he had to cut that off, even though Lucas was his closest friend and the love of his life. Now the two are competing against each other for the role of homecoming king. And because they are both driven, intense, passionate people, they are going to greater and greater lengths to try and beat each other. So there is an intense rivalry between the two of them. However, as the competition heats up, they start to maybe see each other's side of the story a little better. They start to communicate a little more. And they start to kind of figure out that maybe there's something between them that still exists. This is a very sweet, slow burn, developing romance. I loved the whole friends to enemies to lovers to rivals to back to lovers thing that happened here. I love a complex romance. It just feels more realistic to me. I also love that the author allowed, especially the main character Jeremy, to be very prickly and angry. He makes a lot of mistakes, and I think he feels very realistic that way. He tends to assume negative intentions from most of the people around him for understandable reasons. But I love that the author shows how Jeremy grows throughout the story. So he does learn to trust some new friends again. He does learn to expand himself a little bit. And both Jeremy and Lucas kind of learn that maybe their success should be more based on how happy and fulfilled they are than on how many wins they have checked off. I highly recommend this book, but it did just come out. And I was really lucky I got to read it early. But it's not available yet at the Champ Library, unfortunately. We will be ordering it as soon as next year starts, so we'll have it right away in the fall. Until then, I would absolutely check your public library. And if you need help getting a public library card, we of course are happy to help you with that. Make sure also, I've been saying this for the last few weeks, to get your life entries in. We are coming up on our retirement party celebration, and Miss Anderson and I are just now putting together the retirement party packs that we will be sending out to those of you guys who have been completing all of the challenges. So look out for those too. I will see you again next time for another book chat. Bye!